Good morning. It's Friday, March 15th, and hopefully we're going to solve today's New York Times crossword puzzle, which was constructed by Daniel Grinberg. Um, Interesting note that Joel Fagliano is the editor here. He's the one who writes these minis. I guess haven't been paying that much attention, but is Will Shortz, I think he had a health scare. I guess, is he not currently editing the puzzle? Yikes. Must be fun to watch me just hash this out in real time instead of doing even a tiny modicum of crossword research before these videos. But hey, that's what we do. It's all off the cuff ad lib. So, anyways, um, so yeah, good luck to Joel. Hope that this is not overwhelming him too much. And Friday, March 15th, I guess that's the Ides of March, right? That's the day Julius Caesar was killed. So yeah, that's we got that going for us. I'm wearing my Celtics hat. Go Boston! They beat the Suns last night. We're at this point in the season. It's fair to say that if they don't win the championship, I'm going to be like heartbroken. So yeah, if you want to see me heartbroken, root against the Celtics. Not much else. Yeah, I watched the Celtics last night, wrote some emails, went to bed early, gonna shovel snow today, and that's about that. So I'm just gonna shut up and solve this puzzle, or do my best to solve it, I should say. Never want to take a solve for granted, right? I mean, last Friday I was unsuccessful. So Friday, March 15th, Daniel Grinberg, Joel Fagliano. Without further ado, let's do it. Put on blast. A vegetable whose name comes from Igbo. Huh. A bill originating in Texas. Now, for some reason, I think this is like Pecos Bill or some cowboy named Bill or Bill Gates. But I don't know. And Bill Gates probably isn't from Texas, right? It has its standards for short. It has its standards for short. Hmm. On being brought from Africa to America. Oh boy. Okay. What is this? 17 across for one. Okay. So yeah, this is probably going to be hard. Raise is probably like erect. On being brought from Africa to America writer. So I mean, unless this is a very well-known slave or so like this could be a really tough name here. Nobody else can make it or can take it. Nobody else can take it. Like myself. Campaign platforms, perhaps. I think that's just literal, like daisies, which isn't great. Ground rule. Milk toast. Milk toast just means like kind of blah, like so, right? What's this? Unlikely gift. Suffix that turns, oh boy. Suffix that turns a verb into an adjective. Is it like ALLY or something? Really? This is going to be brutal. If you don't want to see a long solve, just bail now. This is we're in it. Proportion of customers that make a purchase in business speak. Oof. More trifling. Like mirror. Like more mirror. I don't know. Baloney. Gets ready to fly. Like, I don't know. Forgetting to finish this clue, for example. Got taken for a ride in a way. Wow. I mean, that's so broad. Your Highness, your Your turn. Occasion to ask the four questions. I think that's a satyr. After Brazil, the world's second largest producer of coffee. After Brazil, um, hmm. I feel like Indonesia makes a lot of coffee, right? Like, but I don't know. A lot of places make coffee. Hawaii, Nicaragua. Give a hand, like clap. Uh, this is probably cuss, right? I'm just doing terribly here. Give a hand. Left for the country. Well, that's got to be east. I mean, west, pardon me. Yikes. Yesterday, I said that a candied tuber, or a tuber that might be candied, was an eel. And I took a little bit of guff about that. Fair enough. And I just like to say, like, I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid moron who just happens to be pretty good at crossword puzzles sometimes. But, when I say things like east is left on the map, cut me some slack. It's 7 a.m. and I'm a stupid dummy. So it is what it is. My goodness. Roy Lichtenstein's Drowning Girl. Um, hmm. Is that like pop art? This is just terrible. There's so many question mark clues, which question mark clues, indicate a pun or some wordplay misdirection, and um, there's a lot of them. Cocktail with caffeine. Um, I mean, I hope it's just alcoholic coffee, but probably not. Can't stand the heat. Kind of fixation is oral, probably. Foul smells and odor. Rip is duressed from. iPhone command. Send or I don't know, text. Hmm. Real Pratt. I don't know what that is. So pretty terrible. 545, kind of a long first pass and just very fruitless. Um, yuck. Catchy tunes. That's like it's gonna end in an S, right? So catchy tunes like a jig. I don't know what this means. Put on blast. Opposite of rubicund. My God. Like, what is that word? Rubicund. Battle site in Tennessee. Is it like Fort something? Components of some sports broadcasts. I mean, I want to say like color commentaries, but components of some sports broadcasts, like highlights, replays, slow motions. Good God. Like I don't have any idea who this person is. Decks and floors, informally. What? Is that like KOs, like knocks out? Decks and floors? Yeah, man, I guess. That is a weird clue. Is this like okra, maybe? Alters the narrative. This is something history. It's poet, maybe? I don't know. I'm just hoping that something clicks here. Re It's no familiar with. Familiar with. Lefroy. Oh, well, this is peat, right? Because Lefroy is a Scotch, I believe. I don't know much about Scotch, but I do know that it's got peat. Words from a paper pusher. Paper pusher. Another question mark clue. Region of Italy that lends its name to a pepper. To a pepper. Is this Pecos Bill? Scream for a team. That's like Olay, maybe? Raise. Olay? Oh, God. Raise. Like, it's not Corsica. That's France. What Charlotte lives above in Charlotte's Web? Is it a sty? Sty? Lord of the Rings actress. Liv Tyler. Thank goodness, because I don't think I could name any other actresses or actors really in that franchise. Unlike the gift for Gab. The gift for Gab. Horses. So is milquetoast, is that like drab, maybe? Horses, like dines, no. Vichyssoise ingredient. I mean, it's a cold soup. Is it leeks? Does it have leeks in it? God. This is just terrible. Source of the words plaid and trousers. Source of the worst word. Is this ALLY? Like, could that be right? But then, like, what would this be? It's not Yiddish. Like, what else would begin? And then we have bacteriologist Walter. Like, really? Come on. This is brutal. Salon offering is probably like a mani or petty, right? Your what? Salon offering. I don't. Name's a homophone of that. So, I mean, alley would be, but that doesn't look like it's going to be right. Oh, is this like a careless mistake? Hopefully that helps. Source of the words plaid and trousers. Oh, this is Ubered. Able. And able. Source of the words plaid and trousers must be Erse. We're kind of making progress. I don't know. Fuji for one. Give a hand, like slap. Fuji's a red apple. Dom maker is Moet. Moet de Chandon. Makes Dom Perignon. I was surprised. I started working in like a place that ordered high end booze last year, and it's funny. Like if you're like, we have to have Dom Perignon, they're like, great. The liquor vendor will be like, here's a bunch of Dom Perignon, but if you want it, you also have to sell these 8 things that you don't necessarily want that aren't at a great price. It's all this package deal stuff, and you're like, no, I just want the Dom. It's like, no. Um, what is this? Your pages on the left side. Profession, trade, career, or it could be like something that you profess. And she was. This I like because it's like we're cluing the word was. Let's be serious. How interesting could it be? But now we've taken that boring thing and turned it into a nice reference to one of the awesomest bands of all time. Indie output. Indie output. Threat to crops. Like a pest. Common additive to white rice. Huh. Fish named for a weapon. Carp? No. Fish named for a weapon. Grimaces sticks out tongue like ew, maybe? Cocktail with this is an espresso. Oops. Espresso martini. If I keep getting these long ones, then hopefully this will fill itself in. But fish named for a weapon. Can't stand the heat. This is like wilts, right? Wilts. Oops. Reports. Reports. Like, I would have said injury reports. Common additive to white rice. Like salt? Is it just salt? iPhone command. Is it like type? My goodness. Ah. My goodness. Like, like, what could that be? Okay. Put on blast is like to blab or to diss someone or to dox them. Put on blast. It has its standards for short. Like the S&P. Raise. Like scream for a team. Like, I mean, because erect really feels better here. Raise. Scream for a team, but like, what would that be? I mean, I don't think there's any chance of me getting this name. I mean, I feel like I would know, I would at least recognize something by now. No one else can take, a selfie. Is this like Opie Cates? I mean, I'm just going to hope it is. Campaign platforms, perhaps. Or this is a Calabria, right? Calabria. Raise. It's like enact. No. Exalt. Now we're talking. Paper pusher. Oh, extra. extra. Is it extra, extra, extra? Your Honor. Okay. All right. Okay. Campaign platforms, perhaps, are ground rule. Rule. Like, how could this end in a V? But Liv Tyler seems definitely right. A ground rule. Proportion of customers that make a purchase in business speak. More tripe. Oh, it is mirror. Baloney. Sports broadcast, like. It's ready to fly. Gets ready to. Oh, taxis. This is mason jar. And this is tint. Oh, Vietnam. All right. Making progress. My goodness. Like, geez. Bit of deductive reasoning. I don't like. Is this type iPhone command like? But is this like rewrites history? That kind of feels rewrites history. Oh, rostra. Rostra. Okay. Real Pratt. I don't know what a Pratt is. Is this just extra, extra, extra? Must be, right? Deductive reasoning. Like tax. It's tax something, right? Like, because you can deduct it. Talc? Sink? Goodness, man. I guess maybe sink? Talc? Would you add talc to white rice? Tax cut? Tax cut. Foul smell is like a reek. Real Pratt. I still don't know what that is. Oh, fish. That's a pike. Tax. Tip. Oh, yeah. Métier. Indie output, like. Real Pratt is an arse. And this is zines. Indie output is like magazines, maybe? Catchy tunes. Like jigs. Catchy tune. Jigs. It's like something Wheatley. Yeah, at home. Wheatley. On like a gift ESP. Milk toast. Is that like limp? Opposite of rubicund is, I guess this like a shape. Battle site in Tennessee. Some sports reports. Some sports broadcasts are hmm, courses. It's like something rate courses like Bologna is my eye. Courses like ways and wimp. Okay. And make a purchase like hit rate. Is that it? Hit rate. Halftime reports. There we go. I mean, this is whatever this ends up being. This is just like a brutal answer. I can't believe this is there. Put on blast like dish. Uh, it has its standards for short. Ground rule. Oh, no TV, like when you're grounded. Opposite of rubicund is Shiloh. Has its standards. OSHA. Catchy tunes are bops. Oops. Phyllis. That was hard. Phyllis Wheatley. And Phyllis is spelled not even with a Y, which is pretty unusual. Holy crap. That was like really intense. Um, I, I think that was too hard. I don't. Definitely had more of a Saturday feel. But we got there. I don't. I mean, I hate to be like it's too hard because I'm equally likely to complain that it's too easy. But man, that was tough. 25, 45, like just a really, really, really tough one. And I had a bunch of tough names. It had a lot of punny clues. And this stuff like no TV here. You've got taxis and tax tip, which like, you know, I might look at that and say, well, it can't be tax tip because we already have taxis. But I'd be wrong. Let's have a look. Put on blast is to bash. Okay. Okra comes from Igbo. Like, what the hell is Igbo? That's outrageous. Pecos Bill. So I had that right. I mean, I like that my first instinct was correct there. OSHA has standards. A poet is who this person is. And I'm guessing this was probably written not by the poet probably wrote this well after 17. Is this? I don't know. I don't know anything. So I'm just going to abstain because I've never heard of this person or that book. And I don't know. Exalt is to raise. I mean, build, erect. Like, exalt was not even near my first instinct. Nobody else can take a selfie. That's a good clue. A rostra. So like one rostrum, uh, multiple rostra. Ground rule is no TV. I mean, that's really clever, but man, that's a tough one. And I had this V, and I was just like, that can't be anything. Milk toast is a wimp, apparently. Uh, able turns a verb into an adjective. Hit rate. Um, mirror, my eye, taxis, careless mistake. Um, I mean, that's a good one. Careless mistake and espresso martini are both pretty good long ones. Halftime reports is good. Extra, extra, extra. It feels a little extra. Got taken for a ride. Ubered. Your Honor. Seder. You ask 4 questions. Vietnam. I didn't know that, and I just was in Vietnam mere months ago, November. And Vietnamese coffee was definitely a thing, but they serve it with like condensed milk, and it's this whole thing that I don't care for. Um, but I didn't realize they were cranking out so much coffee. Good for them. Give a hand is to slap. Left for the country. West, G's, pop art. Roy Lichtenstein. He's a classic. Tax tip is a bit of deductive reasoning. That's a really good clue. I mean, a really clever clue. And we're coming up on tax season, and that's good. Espresso martini, gross. I went to this bar where my buddy Joe was bartending, and sat down with three of my friends, and we all said what's up to Joe. And right then he was about to take our drink order, and someone ordered 8 espresso martinis, and he was like, "Guys, this is going to take me a minute," and immediately just sunk his whole night. So please be considerate when you order things like espresso martinis of what type of bar you're at and how busy it is, because those aren't quick. Can't take the heat, wilts, oral fixation, reek. This makes me think of Game of Thrones and what was his name? Theon Greyjoy, who gets beaten into submission until he thinks his name is Reek. Rest from sink. Arse is a real prat. I don't really know what a prat is, but it's a real one is an arse. So Bops, Ashen, Shiloh, Tennessee. Another tough name. Oof. Halftime reports, Opie Cates. Like, what? KOs, decks and floors. Tough clue. Rewrites history. That's a good one. I didn't mention that when I was talking about all the long answers, but having 6 grid crossers, 15-letter grid spanning answers, that's impressive, even if one of them is Phyllis Wheatley. At home with Pete, extra, 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 a Calabrian chili. Yeah, from Calabria. Yep. I've been to Italy, but I would like to travel more around some of the quieter parts of Italy, and I would really very much like to go skiing in the Dolomites. That's a kind of a bucket listy thing for me. Scream for team is Olay, Sty, Liv Tyler. Man, Liv Tyler was huge in like 1998 or something. She was in probably even earlier than that. She was in that Aerosmith video Crazy, and it was her and Alicia Silverstone. And of course, she's the daughter of Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler. But it was like, where did this come from? And that was one of the, as an adolescent boy, that music video made an impression. So Liv Tyler, way to go. And she was in Empire Records, which is like a really underrated movie from that era. ESP, Waze, Vichyssoise. Interesting. I was like, I have no idea what's in Vichyssoise. And then it was like, leeks. And it's like, I don't think I've ever had Vichyssoise, but is it like potatoes and leeks? Is that right? Cream? Is there cream? I don't know. Urs, we have Urs and Ars. Walter Reed, of course. Mason jar. Yep, that's a good way to preserve things. Tint, cuss, Abel again. Red apple is a Fuji. Yeah. What versus uh, oh, oh, Metier? um, this was a hard puzzle, man. I'm guessing some people lost their streaks today, and she was. I love the Talking Heads. Like probably a Mount Rushmore band for me, honestly. If I had to choose four bands for the rest of my life, I can't imagine excluding them. So there you go. Zines, of course. Pest. Like, why is talc added to white rice? I don't get it. Pike. Ew, sir. I'm so defeated. Even though I got this right, I'm just beat down by this puzzle. This one really took it out of me. But hey, we done did it, and it's Friday. I might take tomorrow off because this is just an emotional roller coaster. I can't take the highs and lows. But if you're still here, then you owe me a like. Just click the like button. My goodness, we've been here for a while. So, and if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you want to see more stupid idiot videos of me being frustrated, then click the subscribe button, and they'll come straight to you. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm feeling motivated, I might do a live solve tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll probably see you next week. But this was exhausting. I'm just fried. So, anyways, hope you have a fun weekend teed up. I hope you enjoyed this excruciating solve, and I hope you join me again next time for another live solve of the New York Times crossword. Thanks. Bye.